Saturn in Astrology Explained, Occult Symbolism and Deeper Truth. In the early history of mankind, planets were regarded as human beings connected with daily life, influencing man's existence in some mysterious way and controlling their destiny. They were ancestors, heroes, and benefactors who, after a life on Earth, were transported to the heavens where they continued to rule over earthly affairs. The basis of mythology is the worship of the solar Great Father, the lunar Great Mother, and all the celestial bodies. In many ancient cultures, Saturn was thought to be a supernatural entity or deity, such as Ninurta in Mesopotamia, Horus in ancient Egypt, Shani in India, Kronos in Greece, and Saturnus in Rome. Saturn is often associated with the passage of time, agriculture, harvest, and wealth, symbolizing the inevitability of the cycles of life. In astrology, Saturn represents structure, discipline, responsibility, hardships, limitations, boundaries, and the necessity of effort and patience for growth. Saturn's energy is also linked to self-control, karma, and justice. Additionally, the planet Saturn is recognized for its archetype as the stern teacher. In occult astrology mythology, Saturn is linked to time, destiny, impermanence, cyclical renewal, shadows, coldness, and the unknown. Saturn is also associated with the balance between creation and destruction, and the process of manifestation through discipline and endurance. It is linked to the root chakra, Muladhara, which governs the energy body and stability in both material and emotional aspects. In esoteric traditions, Saturn is also seen as a gatekeeper, controlling the tests that one must face before attaining higher and mystical knowledge. Saturnian energy is invoked in various magical disciplines and tarot, where it corresponds to the world, which symbolizes the completion of cycles, success, and having a worldly view. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius and is exalted in Libra. For example, Saturn in Libra shows balance, discipline, and responsibility, helping individuals with karmic growth through ethical action. Each Saturn sign offers a clear view into your inner warrior and motivator. It is the natural ruler of the 10th and 11th houses in Capricorn and Aquarius, showing grounding and a methodical approach to achieve personal success and stability. Saturn's position in the zodiac and its aspects to other planets influence how its energy is expressed in an individual's life and chart. Saturn stays in each sign of the zodiac for about 2.5 years. Your Saturn sign shows how you approach responsibility, discipline, and life lessons. It indicates the areas of life where you build structure and long-term planning. Saturn is associated with Saturday. The word Saturday comes from the Old English word Saturndag, meaning Saturn's day. It was named after the Roman god Saturnus and is a direct borrowing from the Latin dies Saturni, day of Saturn, making Saturday unique among the English days of the week, which are usually named after Germanic gods. In Romance languages, it's Shambat in Romanian, Samedi in French, Sabado in Spanish, and Sabato in Italian. In Chinese astrology, Saturn is identified as Tu Xing, meaning Earth star, symbolizing stability, the center, and the transitional periods of the seasons. It is associated with the element Earth and linked to the yellow dragon, corresponding to grounding, structure, nourishment, and transformation. It is also connected to the spleen and stomach in traditional Chinese medicine, reflecting its earthly stabilizing qualities. In Jyotish, Vedic astrology of India, Saturn is Shani. The word Shani means slow-moving in Sanskrit. Shani Saturn plays a significant role in Vedic astrological charts as the planet of karmic consequences, integrity, sincerity, humility, and maturity. Saturn is a Tamasic planet in Jyotish. Saturn movement through the Nakshatras lunar mansions symbolizes the unfolding of different aspects of wisdom, inner growth, and transformation. Here is a summary of Saturn interpretation and meanings in astrology. Western astrology, tropical. Saturn symbolizes hard work, discipline, responsibility, long-term structures, life's challenges, delays, and obstacles. It governs themes of authority, maturity, and responsibilities, playing a critical role in shaping personal development and karma. Sidereal astrology, Vedic. In sidereal astrology, which is closely aligned with Vedic astrology principles, Saturn is regarded as a malefic planet that bestows discipline and karmic lessons. In the birth chart, Saturn influences areas related to challenges, restrictions, and perseverance. This alignment makes Shani's sign in a sidereal chart different from a tropical one, reflecting the current rather than an ancient celestial position. The sidereal system, often used in Vedic astrology, accounts for the precession of the equinoxes, which has caused the two zodiac systems to drift apart over time. It carries a more astronomical basis and incorporates wider cosmic influences such as lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu, and Nakshatras, lunar mansions. The sidereal system emphasizes the physical reality of celestial positions, considered crucial for precise predictions and remedies, within a system that integrates karmic and dharmic concepts unique to Vedic thought. In Vedic astrology, there are also time cycles called Dasha and Antardasha, periods of life ruled by a planet, Saturn in this case, highlighting potential challenges and results related to its transits and aspects. Both systems view Saturn as a symbol of time and lessons to be learned, though the sidereal approach is more astronomically exact and tied to Vedic philosophy, while tropical astrology emphasizes psychological identity and seasonal symbolism. The modern glyph, a curved line in the form of a side below a cross, comes from the Renaissance and is an alchemy symbol for lead, symbolizing limitations, depths, time, and transformation. The glyph can have multiple meanings: cross representing matter and the physical world, scythe representing the god of agriculture and harvest. The glyph represents the limiting forces of time and matter that ground a mystical quest to reality. Saturn is also incredibly important in a practice known as astral medicine or medical astrology. In medical astrology, Saturn rules the bones, joints, knees, teeth, and cartilage. It also governs the skin, hair, nails, and minerals. A strong Saturn enhances endurance, resilience, and the ability to recover from long-term health challenges. An afflicted Saturn can develop chronic and degenerative health issues, fatigue, and long healing times. In Ayurveda, Shani represents the air element and is strongly associated with the Vata dosha, body type. To manage Saturn's influence, it's important to follow a structured daily schedule, eat warming and grounding foods, and engage in meditation. Favor spices like cinnamon, cardamom, turmeric, ginger, and herbs such as ashwagandha and tulsi. Astrological considerations. In Vedic astrology, Saturn is also a symbol for justice and maturity. It is considered the dispenser of karmic consequences, giving what is due based on past actions. By understanding Saturn's influence on one's birth chart, individuals can take preventative measures to support their health and well-being, focusing on healthy practices and addressing potential issues indicated by its placement. The occult meanings of Saturn highlight its role as the divine principle of karmic justice and transformation through trials. Esoterically, Saturn is also associated with initiation, manifestation, and transformation. In occult astrology, Saturn is considered not just a physical celestial body, but a cosmic and transcendental force that shapes the inner self and connects our earthly experience to the absolute. Interpretation in Sidereal and Tropical Astrology. Sidereal Astrology, Vedic. Saturn's placement by zodiac sign in a sidereal astrology, specifically Vedic Jyotish natal chart, reveals how the soul's core qualities manifest through personality, behavior, and life purpose. Saturn in Aries, Mesha, challenging placement. It causes delays, struggles in asserting oneself, and impulsiveness, but builds courage through hardships. Saturn in Taurus, Vrishaba, stable and strong. It promotes patience, steady progress, financial discipline, and material success. Saturn in Gemini, Mithuna, mental restlessness and communication challenges. It requires discipline in learning and social interactions. Saturn in Cancer, Karka, emotional struggles, family responsibilities, and need for emotional maturity and inner stability. Saturn in Leo, Simha. Hard work required for recognition. Focus on leadership, creativity, and overcoming ego challenges. Saturn in Virgo, Kanya. Strong placement for service, work ethic, attention to detail, and health discipline. Saturn in Libra, Tula. Saturn is exalted in this sign. Balance, justice, diplomacy, relationships, and long-lasting partnerships are emphasized. Saturn in Scorpio, Vrishika. Deep transformational energies, control issues, intense karma, and power struggles. Saturn in Sagittarius, Danu. Challenges in faith and philosophy, learning through travel, and higher knowledge acquired under discipline. Saturn in Capricorn, Makar. Own sign, highly auspicious for discipline, leadership, career success, and building lasting structures. Saturn in Aquarius, Kumbha. Own sign, innovative but responsible, social reform, humanitarian efforts, and intellectual discipline. Saturn in Pisces, Meena. Spiritual lessons, adaptability, compassion, and challenges with escapism or illusions. Understanding Saturn's position within one's Vedic chart offers profound insight into our core identity, leadership potential, health, wealth, and how we radiate life energy into the world. Tropical astrology. Saturn in tropical astrology governs time, boundaries, limits, discipline, responsibility, and structure, modifying these qualities according to the characteristics of each zodiac sign. Saturn in Aries. Challenges with impulsiveness and self-assertion, lessons in patience and courage. Saturn in Taurus. Practical, steady, and focused on material security, financial discipline, and endurance. Saturn in Gemini. Strict mental discipline, careful communication, and overcoming restlessness. Saturn in Cancer. Emotional responsibility, family duties, and building emotional resilience. Saturn in Leo. Hard work for recognition, maturity in creativity, leadership challenges. Saturn in Virgo. Strong work ethic, attention to detail, health awareness, and service mentality. Saturn in Libra. Saturn is exalted here. Success through balance, justice, diplomacy, and relationship commitment. Saturn in Scorpio. Intense transformation, controlling, deep psychological insights, karmic lessons. Saturn in Sagittarius. Philosophical discipline, testing beliefs, learning through experience, travel. Saturn in Capricorn. Own sign, strong discipline, ambition, leadership, and career focus. Saturn in Aquarius. Own sign, innovative yet responsible, social awareness, and intellectual discipline. Saturn in Pisces. Sensitive, spiritually focused, dealing with boundaries and emotional subtleties. Saturn's occult meanings converge on time, karmic justice, and transformation, with sidereal astrology incorporating cosmic and karmic realism, whereas Western astrology frames it in terms of symbolic, psychological, and seasonal cycles within the tropical year. These interpretations align with syncretic, occult, and esoteric traditions, viewing Saturn as a catalyst for action and transformation. These occult perspectives deepen the understanding of Saturn in personal charts by viewing it as a guide to higher purpose, enlightenment, and the integration of the self with divine consciousness, thus enhancing astrology's role as a tool for mystical evolution rather than just personality analysis. What do you think of the role of Saturn in astrology? Let us know in the comments, subscribe, and share the video with every person you know. Stay tuned for upcoming courses, tarot readings, new alternative research, and more. See you on the next one.